Praise God, YouTube, Trey here. This is Memorial Day. I pray everyone has had a blessed weekend and that you're getting ready to go back to work on tomorrow, which I'm not sure that I'm quite ready for. But anyway, I'm not going to teach anything on tonight as far as a song or progression, but what I want to deal with is skill consistency. What I mean by that, as a musician, you want to be consistent in all 12 keys. It's very apparent. I listen to a lot of musicians, and I'm from a small city, Martinsville, Virginia, but there are a lot of great musicians around this area. You get into the Greensboro, North Carolina area, and you can hear these guys play seemingly skillful, but when it boils down to it, they're skillful in a few keys and very, very lacking in many keys, and it usually amounts to being skillful in sharps and flats and less skillful in the major keys. And that's partially due to a lot of the songs that are released in the gospel genre. They are played in these sharp and flat keys. So you have to be self-driven to learn keys that are not often used in the popular sector, okay? And it also boils down to learning your scales. It's fundamentals, people. I mean, anyone can get on YouTube, and God knows I appreciate these guys' gifts, but getting on YouTube and trying to mimic everything you hear, Kevin Powell or Corey Henry, Mike Burrell, whomever, trying to mimic what they do without learning your fundamentals is a great detriment. I mean, you can learn all the popular moves, but you can't apply it. And if you approach every new song that you learn as it's completely new, you're really slowing up your process. Every song you approach, you should be able to recognize your chord structure, the progression, the numbering system. You should be able to pick up this stuff right away. And if you don't have perfect pitch, the only thing that's left to do is to sit at the keyboard and figure out what key it's in. But the majority, I would say, especially in gospel music nowadays, I know some guys, they get very inventive, and they're adding in a lot of chord changes and reharmonizations. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff sounds alike. So for the most part, by the time you get to your keyboard, if you don't have perfect pitch, you should just be able to apply what you heard mentally to the keyboard and you're done. But it boils down to learning your theory, your fundamentals, okay? And by doing that, you can shift easily from key to key, and it'll sound fairly consistent. So with that being said, I'm going to play a simple progression that I play often, just to show how you should be able to transition no matter what key it's in. I'm not going to play all 12 keys, but you get the idea. I was just jumping around the fourths. But again, take your time. I just want to encourage you, take your time. There's no need waiting until you get into a live worship context and embarrassing yourself. When all you have to do, the same way you can put time in learning all the movements in C sharp and G sharp or whatever your favorite key, you can spend that same time learning A, B, E, whatever your weakness point is. Okay, so just take your time, learn your keys, and be consistent. You all have a blessed week.